In this video, I'm going to show you how you can double, triple, or even 5x your pricing by moving away from the things that you sell or the things that your clients get to selling outcomes. So I'm not going to waste your time, and let's hop right into it. So the number one thing to understand is that most creators sell things. They sell pretty videos, pretty design, pretty websites, so on and so forth. But people buy results. So your clients right now, if that's what you're selling, you're not selling outcomes. They buy the outcome that they see in their mind. So if your client buys your video service or your photography service and you don't explain to them what they will get out of it or what's the benefit of buying your service, in their mind, they already have some sort of idea that this is going to get them. Usually it's about making more money, getting more clients, more leads, more sales. Even if you don't communicate that, they have it in the back of their mind. That's why they're buying it. That's why they're paying you for it. And when they don't get that result, that's why they don't come back to you and they stop working with you. Now, there's two ways of mitigating that is to actually, setting the expectation of what they can expect to happen. That's number one. Number two, it's an exception. People are just going to work with you because they like you, right? They know that they need to create content. They know that they need to have a nice website. They know that they need to have nice social posts or somebody managing their social media. And if they like you, they'll let you do it, right? But you will not be able to charge more money for it because they just don't see the benefit of obviously paying you more. There's no result tied to it. I digress. So let me show you how I used to sell stuff. I still sell to this day, but not the same way. So I used to sell photography, video editing, and videography as my primary three services. And my main point or my main selling point was that I'm going to help people create high quality content. Now, high quality content works when you sell to the right person that understands what high quality content does for them. And they know how to convert that attention that they will get from the high quality content. A lot of times what I see is that most clients don't actually know how to convert that attention because they know how to run the business, or should I say, they are good at what they do. So a chiropractor is good at chiropractic, but they're not good at marketing. They're not good at content. So it's really, if you're selling them something, and you say like, oh yeah, I'm going to create high quality content, you're going to get more engagement, so on and so forth. In their mind, they might think, oh, more engagement, it means more clients. And if it's a local business, then yeah, it's actually not that hard to get more clients. But if you're editing for somebody who's building a personal brand online, it's a bit harder. There's more steps to getting clients. Long story short, when you're selling high quality content, it's important to sell to either somebody who already understands the value of it, right? And they can turn that content and attention they get from it into leads and sales. The other way you can do it is to obviously educate prospects, educate people on explaining why high quality content matters. And we'll dive into it a bit later. But generally, you got to sell to the right person. They need to know how to use it and they need to see the value of it. If they don't see the value of it, you need to educate them and explain to them. Because if you sell it to the wrong people or uneducated people, you're not going to be able to charge more money. That's number one. And number two is that they will not get a result and they will not work with you or they will not continue working with you. So that's how I used to sell it. And to be fair, for me, it was kind of easy to sell high quality content because I used to work in the events industry quite a bit. And in the event industry, you just want to induce FOMO. And it's very easy to induce FOMO when you're creating really good, engaging videos. If you look at the after movies like Ultra Music Festival or Tomorrowland, take your favorite festival, right? They most likely have after movies to induce FOMO, right? And it's not that hard to do. Just use cool transitions, cool storytelling, cool effects, so on and so forth. You show people a good time. There's some psychology behind it, but generally it's not that hard. But it became harder for me personally when I started selling to local businesses. Actually, I closed the restaurant, which was pretty easy to sell because in a restaurant, you just want to show the food in a really good light, all that fancy stuff. So high quality photos, high quality videos, it's very easy to sell to them. And of course, you can't charge an exorbitant amount of money, but it's very easy to close the restaurant on a retainer because again, all you need to do is just make sure that stuff looks good. However, it became harder for me to sell my service when I was tapping into different businesses that didn't really understand the value of high quality content, and I couldn't communicate it because even I didn't really understand how to do it. By the way, the reason why I expanded was because of the big C virus that shut my business down, and I went to zero overnight essentially. And then I had to figure out how I can use my service and my skills to actually make more money working with different industries. So long story short, I used to sell photography, videography, and video editing, and I used to tell people that it's going to be high quality content, right? You're going to get more engagement, whatever, so on and so forth. So selling high quality content worked. It could still work, but you're going to have issues with it. You might not be able to charge more money, or you might not be able to even close people on retainers just because of the things that I talked about. So how do I sell these services now? So long story short, I still provide some of these services here and there, but now I understand how to sell it for more profit, essentially. So the videography that I do is, well, I'd say quite high quality. I wouldn't say that I'm an expert 0.01% of people, but I know how to make a video look good, professional, cinematic, if you may. But like the main benefit that people get is that it's mostly better positioning. Right? It's more authority. And when you have more authority and when you have better positioning, you don't get stupid questions from people asking about your pricing. People take you more seriously. They're more willing to listen to you. So there's a lot of benefits when you have high quality videography, right? Like makes you look better. It essentially increases your status. It increases the trust compared to your selfie videos, right? Your phone videos, whatever you want to call it. And that is one of the reasons why I put a lot of emphasis on high quality and easy to consume content, because you want to respect the viewer. And if you respect the viewer is going to respect you. So that's one of the things. Now, on the side, a lot of people don't know this, but I actually still do photography. I help people transform their dating profiles, specifically with photos. And I don't tell them that we're going to take high quality photos, which is implied. What I tell them is that these photos will get you more matches on dating apps, which is true. All of my clients were super happy to work with me. And to give you an example, what I've done actually the other day is I went on Airbnb. On Airbnb, you can go to activities, or I forgot the exact name, but you can find some of the stuff there. And there's some guys offering photography services for couples, and it's like 50 euros for like 2 hours. Now, to give you a bit of context, I charge between 400 and 500 euros for 2 to 3, sometimes 4 hours. Like I enjoy the work that I do, so I don't mind working for a bit longer. And most of the people that I work with are cool. So, and they're able to pay me 400 and 500. So for two reasons. Number one, I target the right people, or should I say, I get referred people that can't afford it, number one. And number two is that they want to revamp their dating profiles and get a result. This is an investment that these people are willing to make, because more matches means more dates. Right? And if you can get more dates, you can, it's more fun. More dates, more fun. So that's how I position the photography now. Like I don't sell pretty or high quality photos. Again, this could be sold for advertising agencies, for businesses that run ads. If you take good quality photos or you make high quality videos, you can tell people that it's going to increase your click-through rate. So for example, I test a lot of ads now as well. Some of my ads get like 6% click-through rate. It's absolutely ridiculous versus those that get 0.5%. I obviously don't use them. I shut them off. A difference between 1% click-through rate and 6% click-through rate is getting 6 times as much people come into the funnel or check out the offer, check out whatever the person is selling, right? So that's important, right? You get more traffic because of it. Now, the same applies with dating and so on and so forth. On the dating apps, if you get more swipes, if I double your matches, that's a lot of options that you can work with. I digress. I get very excited talking about this. Now, the easiest way to sell video editing right now is I would tell people that I'm going to double your retention. And here's how you can position it. Google has done research that for somebody to make a buying decision, they need to consume about 7 hours of content. So if you double somebody's retention, they're going to get to 7 hours in twice as fast versus twice as long. Right? You could essentially shorten the sales cycle by half. Now, this might be a bit more advanced. The point is that I'm trying to make is that you don't want to sell a thing that they will get or an asset that they will get, but the outcome. So what is the outcome? Like I said, better positioning, more authority, more matches on dating apps, or more retention so you can shorten the sales cycle and have people consume more of your content. So long story short, you want to move away from being someone who's seen as an expense that the client wants to minimize to becoming a creative partner. So Creative partner could mean a lot of different things. There's no one right way to looking at it. The way I see it is that when you are a creative partner, you kind of look overall big strategy. You have a clear process to results, or you are able to clearly articulate what's the outcome that the client is going to get and how they will get it. And on the side, you also become more of a consultant and a coach. So, for example, you can create a really good piece of content, and if the client doesn't know what to do with it, then you can consult them or coach them on creating leads out of that content, or closing leads out of that content, or hiring an appointment setter or a VA that can handle all that lead gen from that piece of content. There's so many ways and so many verticals that you can implement in the offer that you have that it's really down to you to kind of decide. Now, if you enjoyed this video, you can click the link below and get my guide on how to position yourself as a creative partner and not just another expense that your client pays for. And then you can watch this video because YouTube is recommending this for you.